Henry, how are you doing?
You know how it goes. It could always be worse. The war might be over, but the stench of it doesn't fade so easily. And more to the point, how are you, sir? I'm sorry you had to abandon your fortress.
It breaks my heart, too. To think I wanted to get out of here not long ago. Foolishness. But that's behind us now. Life goes on.
Anyway, sir, I don't mean to be rude, but I doubt you just want to ask how I'm doing.
No. You're right. Let me get to the point. I need help with something, but I have no one to ask. Even though I know you have a lot on your plate.
I'd be happy to offer my services. What's it about?
An old friend of mine reached out to me, Albik of Unichov. Does the name ring a bell?
I believe we met somewhere. He's that famous healer, right?
Physician would be the more accurate term. But even that barely does him justice. He's one of the greatest scholars of our age, and also King Wenceslas' personal physician. It's whispered at court that the king has fallen seriously ill while imprisoned in Vienna.
Sigismund focuses on plundering his kingdom, and Wenceslas's health hardly seems to concern him, does it?
Maybe.
Damn. That does sound serious.
When Master Albik heard about it, he decided to act.
He wants to go all the way to Vienna to see the king?
No. For now, he's heading to Sedlec. Abbot Jan holds considerable influence at Sigismund's court. Albik wants to visit him and ask for his intercession.
Makes sense. You can't just show up in Vienna and knock on the door.
A mediator is needed. Only, I don't know if Albik chose the right man. The abbot is a politically shrewd figure and might well use Albik's visit to his own advantage.
Can you tell me more about the abbot? Sorry, but it sounds like you're afraid of him. I met him once, too, but I didn't get a bad impression.
You know Abbot Jan?
Not quite. We had dealings once. Something with bones. But never mind that. Go on.
Look, Henry, every high-ranking cleric's a politician in his own way. What worries me about Abbot Jan is what he ascribes his authority to. Others claim their vocation is divine will. He sees it somewhat the other way round.
I don't really get it.
It's only natural for an abbot or a bishop to question the morality of his acts. One must act, even if it means confession and penance later. Abbot Jan, though, seems to think that his every move and scheme is divine will itself, and that could be dangerous.
And how does all this concern me?
As I said, it's a matter of security. God forgive me, our king's health is of course above all. But right now, I'm more worried about Albik. It took some effort, but I convinced him to wait, at least until I find him a reliable escort. And believe me, it wasn't easy. That mule's got a scholar's head, but it's a stubborn one.
What's that got to do with you?
Albik and I go way back. He's been living over the Alps for a few years, studying at the university in Padua. As soon as I heard about Wenceslas, I asked him to come back. It's a serious matter, and when it comes to the king's health, he's the best there is. But I didn't expect him to act so rashly.
So, if I've got this straight, you want me to escort Wenceslas's court physician to the Sedlec monastery, where they don't usually let anyone in, and the abbot is as thick as thieves with Sigismund, so Albik, who was dead set on going himself, can try to get access to the imprisoned Wenceslas.
No, actually, yes. That's exactly it.
All right, I'll go with Albik. Last time I was at the monastery, it was, quite an experience.
Experience?
That's a long story. So what do you want me to do?
Stop by Albik's place, will you? He lives across the street with the quack. And give him this letter so he knows I'm sending you in person.
Tarmark, apothecary. All right, I'll go find him.
Good luck. I'll be in your debt.
Good afternoon, sir.
I'm looking for Master Albik. I heard he lives here.
That's right, but he's not in at the moment. What do you want from him?
I've got a letter for him from Lord Peter of Pisek. Do you know when he'll be back?
No idea. He went over to the neighbors in quite a rush. The women of the house sent for him. Apparently, their mate's unwell.
Albic is treating a common maid.
Well, that's just the kind of man he is.
Who are these neighbors?
Just townsfolk. Same as any around here. They live 2 doors down towards the square.
That's all I needed. Thanks. What's happening here?
What do you want? How did you even get in?
Wait, take it easy. I'm not with them. I'm just looking for Master Albic.
So are that lot outside? Oh, God. God, it's like the devil sent them.
But they want something from him, don't they? I'm just delivering a letter.
Exactly. They found out Master Albic is treating Armagna, and they're dead set on getting him to help them instead. But I'm not letting them in. And you're really just here with a letter?
Truly. You've nothing to fear from me.
All right. All right, then. They're upstairs in the chamber. But try not to disturb him too much. He doesn't like it.
Master Albic?
Shh.
I was sent by...
I don't know how you got in, but be quiet now.
Sir Peter of Pisek sent me to you.
Even if the devil himself sent you, be quiet. I need and I demand silence. And you, please. Deep breaths. All right. Your breathing is improving.
It still hurts in the chest, sir. Like a horse sat on me.
A nettle compress will get your blood flowing. It'll ease off. Ribs aren't broken and the lungs sound clean. I have a potion made for you. Take it every morning and night, and stay in bed for a few more days.
But, sir, who'll see to the house? Who'll cook? My mistress won't allow.
I'll speak with her. What you need is rest. Next time, please don't interrupt me. I need peace for my work.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
Well, it doesn't matter now. You said Lord Pisek sent you, didn't you? I think I know what this is about.
Sir Peter of Pisek gave me this letter for you, sir.
Really? Let's have a look.
Here it is. My name's Henry, and Lord Pisek says I should escort you to the monastery in Sedlec.
Yes, yes. Peter and I had a bit of a disagreement about this matter last time. Look, Henry, I appreciate your offer, but I don't think I require your services. Either way, you delivered the letter, and I am sure Lord Pisek will reward you for that.
Are you seriously not afraid to go to the monastery alone? You do know Sigismund has taken up there, don't you?
Sigismund? He's gone already.
It may not be only him. Don't forget his influence. You can never be sure who to trust.
I don't believe Sigismund would do anything to me. He has no reason to. And he doesn't act rashly. In a way, he actually owes me. Still, I wouldn't want to count on that.
You really expect me to just walk away?
Well, if you feel that... What the hell is that racket?
Hey! Albic!
Christ, give me strength. Another bunch of impatient wretches. Perhaps this time I finally had a proper word with them.
Get out here, you piss fart!
Well, they don't look much like the debating sort.
That's unfortunately true. On the other hand, it was fortunate Lord Pisek, despite my objections, sent me a personal guard, right?
You mean me?
Who else? Come on, in the worst case, I'll just see what you're made of.
So, you finally decided to come out. About time. I won't be kept waiting in the street like some mangy mutt.
I've told you several times already. I'm busy.
Because you're wasting time on some wench instead of helping someone who actually matters.
No person is more important than any other.
Ha! For your own good, I'll pretend I didn't hear that nonsense.
Calm down, sir. A respectable man like you surely understands that violence solves nothing. If you harm Master Albic, who will help you with your, ailment then?
And I'm supposed to let myself be treated like a doormat?
Of course not. But this outburst isn't exactly dignified either. Go home, and Master Albert will come to see you soon.
All right, let's go.
Good gracious. Henry, that was impressive. Hats off. Perhaps it truly would be best if we went to the monastery together. So, shall we go?
Yes. Let's go.
You can't go to the monastery dressed like that. Your armor would draw too much attention. Simple clothing will do. Go and change, then come back.
All right. I'm ready. Let's go to the monastery.
Excellent.
There's nothing keeping me here. Let's go now.
I'll just grab a few essentials. All right then. I think we can go. I've got everything I need. And you?
I'm ready too. Let's go.
Off we go.
Father Abbot.
Albert, my friend. Christ be praised. Master Albert, welcome. I admit I didn't expect we'd meet again so soon.
But at the Italian court, I told you I needed to speak to His Majesty.
I know, of course. But after what happened, and now with what's going on here, nonetheless, King Sigismund has already returned to Hungary.
My friend, we both know your influence reaches well beyond the monastery walls.
And so does yours. In any case, you can gain access to Sigismund's court on your own. We both know how. That matter still hasn't been settled, Albrecht. The king cares about it.
Actually, forgive me. These are grave matters concerning His Royal Majesty. Can we speak privately somewhere?
I'd like that, but I'm afraid things are rather complicated right now.
Well, what's going on, my friend? You seem a little uneasy.
I am. There are 3 seriously ill patients in the infirmary, gravely ill, and I fear the worst.
The Black Death?
Sadly, we can't rule it out. And I say that as someone who's lived through one outbreak already, and survived.
Well, does it look like the plague?
You think I'd be alarmed over nothing?
Forgive me, Father. And who are these 3 patients?
2 are members of the monastery, Confessor Stephen and Brother Yaroslav, who works in the scriptorium, and one of the maidservants.
That doesn't make any sense. How could all three of them get infected?
When the plague strikes full force, it's swift.
That's not what I meant. You said yourself one of the sick is a maid. And as far as I know, women aren't allowed in the cloister.
True. So how could she have caught it along with 2 monks?
That, alas, I don't know.
Where would it have come from? The monastery is isolated. Few are allowed inside the cloisters.
Before King Sigismund decided to stay here, we took in many folk fleeing his army. We gave those poor souls food, shelter. Some of them washed in clean water for the first time in weeks.
And in poverty, hunger, and filth, all sorts of illnesses thrive.
On top of that, there's construction going on inside the church. There are all sorts of craftsmen and laborers in the monastic courtyard.
What are we going to do, Albic?
We'll go and see to the sick, of course. Then there'll be no reason we can't speak to the abbot in private about our matter.
Very well.
Thank you, Albic, for volunteering. I wouldn't have dared ask it of you.
No need to thank me. I'm a physician. And there are people here in need of help. Not only those in the infirmary. If we can rule out plague, that may put your mind at ease too.
That's what I'm praying for. And of course, I'm open to discussing that matter of ours later on. I'll have a room prepared for you right in the infirmary. Brother Benedict, one of our novices, is there, and will tell you all you need to know.
Thank you. But I'd like to ask one small favor. I've been here many times before, but Henry's here for the first time. Would one of the brothers be able to show him the monastery? I'd rather he not get lost like I did all those years ago.
Of course. If you'd like, Henry, just ask Brother Petramil. I just spoke with him before you arrived. He'll show you around and gladly answer any questions.
Thank you, Father.
Very well. We've talked long enough. Let's get to work. Will you come with me to the infirmary, Henry?
Of course. Wouldn't let you go alone, would I?
I didn't think so. Tell me, Henry, didn't the abbot seem anxious to you?
Yes. Although it's not like he tried to hide it much. The plague's a terrible illness. But surely they'd recognize it in the infirmary. Why would he need you?
Well, the thing is, the monastery isn't in great shape. Not that you notice right away. King Wenceslas borrowed heavily from Sedlitz. And now the monastery has to sell land to pay off its debts. And when Sigismund marched on the town with his army, that didn't help matters either. And if plague really did break out, that could be the final nail in the coffin. The abbot might be forced to dissolve the monastery. But let's not jump to conclusions. I want to see the sick with my own eyes before we start worrying about the plague.
Careful.
It's your bloody fault anyway. Oh, I struck you first, and that should have ended the duel, but no, you just...
So, this is the confessor. What do you make of it, Henry?
He looks worn out. Doesn't even notice us. Whatever's wrong with him is clearly taking a toll.
Exactly. At his age, any illness hits far harder than it would a young and healthy man. Well, the good news, I suppose, is that he's not in agony. Pain's part of life, but no one deserves to suffer too much. Compassion, Henry, whether for the suffering or even the enemy, is part of every good physician's character. Unfortunately, not every physician is a good one.
Albic? Albic of Unichov?
Zacharias? What are you doing here?
Wherever His Majesty goes, I must follow. You know how it is. But why aren't you in Padua, studying? Have you been missing your homeland?
I was summoned home for urgent matters. And since I'm here, the abbot asked for my help.
Ah, yes. This plague he's so afraid of.
Plague? Do you believe it? Am I such a poor teacher?
Of course not. But until now, it was just my word against the abbot's. In other words, I am truly glad you're here, my friend.
Henry, allow me to introduce Master Zacharias of Prchatsitz. He once studied under me, but became a trusted friend, and eventually the personal physician of King Sigismund.
You flatter me, Albek. The road to that post was a good deal more torturous than you make it sound. And you are...
Henry of Skalitz. By order of Sir Peter of Pisek, I'm here to protect Master Albic.
Though I've no idea from what. But who am I to argue, eh?
Quit complaining. You might find an aide like him more useful than you think. Anyway, this here is Dinesh. He didn't come entirely of his own will either, but he's proven a reliable man.
Dinesh Latskvi. Gentlemen?
Well then, now we all know each other, shall we finally return to the matter of the patients? Zacharias, I presume the abbot summoned you for the same reason as me.
Aye, though I've only had time to merely examine them all. All three share the same symptoms. It begins with weakness, then comes fever, rash, and later bloody diarrhea. By far the best off is the confessor here. He can still talk. The maid and the translator from the scriptorium are much worse. They sleep most of the day, and when they do speak, it's nonsense, because they're delirious with fever.
Right. In that case, first we need to bring down the fever. Have they given you anyone to assist?
Yes, Benedict. He's a novice and a bit odd, but he knows more about alchemy than most.
We'll need linen and clean water for compresses. Pre-boiled water is best. Have you got chamomile decoctions?
Benedict brews a fresh batch every evening.
And what are they feeding them?
Mostly bread, fruit. Yesterday they had fish, but they haven't eaten much of it.
That doesn't sound like proper food for the sick. If they've got a fever, they need to be drinking a lot, don't they?
You're right. This is no good at all. They might as well be feeding them dry pretzels. They should be getting something light and nutritious, ideally in liquid form. Broths, stews, thin porridge.
Agreed. Dinesh will speak to Solarius Julian. You know the way to the kitchen, right?
Consider it done.
Then fetch herbs from Joachim. I gave him a list of what we'll need.
Gentlemen?
Joachim, you say? Well now.
Who's this Joachim? You know him?
The monastery herbalist. He lives in a hut in the garden behind the infirmary. But if I were you, I wouldn't bother him too much. He's a grumpy old fellow.
You say that because you don't know him. I'll tell you more about him, Henry. But we have more pressing concerns right now.
Can I help in any way?
The best thing you could do is find out what the patients were doing before they ended up here. Diseases spread through foul air. So if we find where the three of them were breathing the same air, we'll find the source of the infection too.
Who should I start with?
If I were you, I'd start with the confessor. He's the only one still lucid enough to speak. Better hurry. He might take a turn for the worse any moment.
Who should I ask about the maid?
As far as I know, her name's Blezhina. She gets her work assignments from Steward Zdenek. So I'd go and speak to him. And apparently, she's got a friend here. She might know something too. Try and find her.
Who might know the monk who was translating in the scriptorium?
Everything to do with books is handled by the librarian. His name's Crispin. He likes the sound of his own voice, but if you're patient, he might tell you what our patient was working on.
Can I help with anything else?
No, that's more than enough now.
Once you've found something, come back. Maybe we'll have figured out more by then.